muted. You're still muted.
You guys weren't, but I was.
Okay. Do you like to go over that again?
Yeah. Pro streamer. Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to Stories to Be Told. The links all spammed. Very big thank you to Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press. They're our sponsors. Let's say hi to Katie. Hi, Katie.
It works. Second time's a charm. Hi, everybody. I'm Katie. I'll be your DM running through this little anthology series of games. I'm back. I've been absent for a couple of weeks, but yeah, I hope everyone has fun. We will get into this.
Fantastic. And next around, we have V. Oh, hi, V.
Oh, hi. So, hi, everyone. I'm V. I'm the Crafting Muse. You'll find me here every Thursday playing games because I love it. And you'll also find me over on YouTube for my YouTube channel where I'm getting close to 8,000 subscribers. So, if you want to go over to the Crafting Muse on YouTube and give it a good old subscribe, that would be totally cool. Please. Thank you. And yeah, I'm excited for today because Katie's back and I want to see what we're going to do.
Indeed. And last but most certainly not least, we welcome DSword16 Derek. Oh, hi. And oh, hi from chat as well. Who say hi, hi, Dad. Hi, Dad from Clody. Hi.
All right, yeah. All right. Hi, Taylor. Hi, this is my very first time playing. Apparently, I have a single fan out there. So, all right, starting out good. So, really looking forward to this first time.
Fantastic. Well, hi everyone, Scratticus. You can find me on this channel. And I've been invited to Nerd Immersion. I go to Nerd Immersion now. 2 weeks in a row I'll be at Nerd Immersion. We did it last week. I bought Fork. It was good fun. I'm gonna be playing Daily Erden today. Katie, we'll just hand over to you. Oh, hi.
Yeah. So in this game, you all, the thing with your characters is you have little bits of information about them in their bio that you each start with one GM inspiration, which you can, if you call it before a roll, you can use it to gain advantage on your roll. But there is a way for you to gain back a GM inspiration at least twice during the game. And it is using these little sort of character traits that each of your characters have. So if we want to go around and read those out, we can start with Scrat, read out Daily's traits that if you like put those into your narrative play, that kind of thing, then you're able to gain back your GM inspiration.
Of course. Well, I'll be playing Daily Erden, and I'm a wee bit of a dancer. And when we're playing, or fighting rather, I'm very peculiar about my timing and pacing. I like to make sure that I cross every T and dot every I, as in I, slice every throat and stab at every eyeball. But I like to do it in good time. That's the main thing. After fighting, I like to polish my weapons and armor. I think it's very important to maintain those things, and there's nothing quite like a nicely buffed plate mail, breastplate, and I'm actually quite an accomplished singer, though I've not done a lot of singing so far, but I can sing quite well.
What about you, V?
Well, today I'm playing Shayna, and they very much love birds. So they'll spend a lot of downtime just, watching them and keeping track of them, making note of them. They also like to be compulsively counting things sometimes, every so often, and prone to humming when worried, because that's way too close to home. So hit me.
And what about you, Derek?
I'll be playing Wormash Nixon, the Green Dragonborn cleric. He fell in love with an unrequited love at a young age and has never really moved on from that. Hates not knowing things, always has to be the smartest green dragon in the room. And his goal in life is to find a unicorn because magic.
Wonderful. Yeah, and like I said, if you use your first inspiration at any time, if you call in you want to bring this fact into narrative play or something like that, then you can gain your inspiration back up to 2 times during the game. That way that everyone has a chance to have a little bit of a boon.
Thank you very much, Kentucky Hawkeye, who's just donated for a re-roll for Derek. At any time, you may call for a dice to be re-rolled. Any dice, not just yours. Any dice that hits the table, you can call for it to be re-rolled.
Yeah. So if I crit on you, you can take it away from me. Okay, so the three of you, for the past 5 days, you've been on a ship. It's a very sort of middle grade. It's not this huge over the top ship, but it's also not small. And it's not really a pirate ship. It's more of these merchants that they're not above the law, but they're also not breaking it. The ship's called the Brigadoon Patrol. And for the last 5 days, everything has been going pretty calm. The weather's been nice. The wind's been blowing the perfect amount for you to get to where you're going. But as you woke up this morning on your 5th day, you've noticed that the wind is very calm, almost too calm. It's so calm that the ship is stranded in the middle of the ocean and there's no land in sight. You can't see any sense of humanity or anything around you. Even the sailors up, looking through their telescopes, they can't see anything. And this is how you've been for the past. I mean, it's probably high morning. It's probably around 10 o'clock in the morning. And the ship's just sort of sitting there, rocking, not doing anything. And you've all noticed that no one seems to mind it much. But people are going about their business. It sort of seems to be a lazy day as you're just sort of waiting for the wind to blow or looking for a solution.
Okay, so we're kind of stuck in a doldrum right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you three doing?
I'm probably going to take some time and just sit on deck and make just a silent prayer to my trickster god, see about just getting any sign, maybe just checking every now and then, seeing if the sails are moving at all.
Yeah, for sure. I think as you're doing that, like, you'll pray, you'll look up, and like it looks like a little gust of wind has blown the sail, but it's definitely not enough to, to force this big ship to move.
Not going anywhere. Okay.
Yeah. What about Daly and Shayna?
Shayna's going to be getting antsy. They don't like being in one place, for too long, especially when it's the same environment for over and over and over. So they're probably trying to figure out if this is something where they want to be kind of sitting here adrift, or if there's anything they might be able to do to get things literally moving. So maybe talking with a few of the sailors to find out if this is usual protocol or if they might want a slight adjustment in the weather.
What about you, Daly?
I don't know exactly what they would be doing in this situation, to be honest. They would probably get a little antsy, not having anything to fight, but at the same time, they probably wouldn't want to make a bother. I reckon they'd probably just be shining their armor over and over again, back of the boat somewhere, just shining things up, making sure everything's ship-shaped. Maybe helping out a little bit if they need someone to swap the deck or something, make yourself useful.
Yeah. Daly, roll a perception check for me.
Certainly.
Okay. On a 16. You are sitting at the back of the ship, sort of by yourself, polishing your armor, looking around, sort of staying out of everybody's way. And I think it's about then when, you can hear the lapping of waves against the ship. You can hear, the noise of seagulls in the distance. But it's about this time when you hear sort of this scratching coming from over the edge of the ship down toward the bottom, like the bottom hull. Just this sort of, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's not in a pattern or anything, just this sort of loud scraping sound.
Is Daly the only one that hears that?
Where do you think you are in accordance to Daly? Would Warmash be staying close to Daly? Because, she's sort of at the back of the ship. If Warmash is close to Daly, then Warmash could definitely look over or, hear it as well.
Yeah, I mean, if we're if we're allowed up near the cockpit, that's probably where I'd be, standing kind of away from the crew, trying to stay out of the way. I don't think
Yeah, you
Wormash
could
has a lot of experience on ships.
Yeah, you could roll a perception check as well, Warmash.
Okay, so on roll 20, what do I type in?
You open it on your sheet. Underneath your skills, you should be able to, in alphabetical order, it should just be perception and click on
click
perception.
on perception. Okay. Oh, cool.
I think you don't notice the sound as much as you notice Daily noticing the sound, if that makes sense to you. Yeah, you don't really hear what Daily hears, but you see Daily sort of look up and get a little confused about what this noise might be.
Daily, is something wrong? You seem to something's caught your attention.
Well, Warmash, our ship's supposed to make a sort of sound.
I don't have a lot of experience with ships, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say no.
Oh no, don't go out on one of them things, the limbs. No, that's very dangerous. You could end up in the water. Maybe we should tell the captain.
Might be a good idea. So are we up on the cockpit near the captain? Should we?
Yeah. You could. The captain himself is like lounging. He has his legs up on the wheel, but I mean nothing. He sort of seems to be napping, if anything.
Okay. So I'm going to go over and just lightly nudge him a little bit, because I'm aware that waking up to a massive green dragonborn is sometimes like waking up to a nightmare. So I'm just going to nudge him a little bit, see if I can wake him up.
Yeah, he snorts and wakes up. Just, yes, can I help you?
It seems your ship is making weird noises. Do something?
He sort of like raises an eyebrow and sits up straight and looks around. I hear nothing but the water, the sound of the ocean around us.
Daily, do the noise again. Do the noise for the captain.
Oh, well, it was sort of like a scream. Sort of sound.
That sound. Is that a good sound?
The captain shakes his head and stands up and says, I'm not really sure what that could be. Where did you hear it coming from?
The ship?
Anywhere in particular?
The ship bit?
He just nods, and you see him sort of look over at a couple of the other sailors, and they sort of, smirk and laugh under their breath.
It was definitely one of the wooden bits. I heard it was definitely wood.
Well, how about this? If you hear it again, just come and get me. And until then, I'm going to return to my nap. We're not going anywhere anytime soon.
All right,
Great.
if it's no bother, it's no bother.
What are you doing, Shan? I mean, you've definitely seen Warmash and Daily come over to the captain. You've seen the other sailors sort of laugh off their concerns.
Seeing that, they'd immediately walk over, very purposefully with heavy step and shoulders squared, seeing that their friends are not looking too pleased about something. And before everyone can go off and back to their naps and finish their laughter, do we have a problem here, Captain?
The captain looks at you, and he's an older gentleman. You all know him as Captain Kane. He sort of gruff looking, very ginger hair, and he raises an eyebrow and then looks at Daly and Warmash and just shakes his head. I don't think there's a problem. They said they heard something, and I'm not saying they didn't, but since they don't know where the sound was coming from, and I currently can't hear it, I just think we should wait if we hear it again.
Well, from my experience, they rarely raise the alarm about things. In fact, they'd rather things go the straight and narrow and easy going whenever possible. So if they're saying they're concerned about something, I do recommend you might want to take them slightly more seriously and maybe send a few of your fellows over to the general direction where the sound was heard. especially if it's not a sound that's supposed to be happening while we're out and about in the ocean.
He looks over at Daly and says, well, the lass didn't really know where it was coming from.
Did you ask her what part of the ship she was on? Was she
said
at the
wooden
bow of the
bit.
ship? Daly, front, back, middle, or down?
Oh, at the back.
Okay, so we need to go aft on the ship.
After the ship,
He looks
what?
over at one of the sailors and nods, and you see them sort of not caring too much. You can tell they're not taking this that seriously. They slowly walk toward the back of the ship where Daly was, and after a moment, you see them like leaning over the edge, like looking down, and you hear her calling, "I don't see anything, Captain."
Shayna's gonna walk up behind him and put their hands on either their either shoulders of either of the two sailors. Now, I do believe the concern was a hear, not a see. Perhaps stick around and listen a little bit longer. It's not like we're going anywhere.
You scare the sailor a little bit, just out of nowhere. He sort of jumps and like catches himself on the railing of the ship, but he sort of just stays there for a long moment listening, and you can tell that he's annoyed because nothing is happening. But Shayna, roll a perception check for me as well, since you're standing there.
Okay. Man, I gotta find my sheet now. Said perception.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like those. Okay.
Okay, great. The sound is beginning to be made again. And this time it's sort of underneath the water. It's this loud scraping sound. And even the sailor notices that. You sort of see him acknowledge that there's some sound there. But you, Shayna, you see underneath this, like the wave that's, lapping up against the ship, you see this sort of sparkle that's caught by the sun. And then you see it move. And it catches your eye in another spot. And then another one catches your eye.
Shayna, anything to report?
Yeah, I heard the sound, and it seems we have some sparkly critters there in the water, and hopefully two gentlemen who also heard the offending sound that was brought to your attention. And they're going to look pointedly at the two sailors.
Yeah, they stand up and they sort of look over at the captain, and they like shrug as if, I heard it, but I don't see anything. And as they turn, I think, Shayna, you see the sort of what looks like a hand creeping up onto the wood. But the thing about it is, although it's in the shape of a hand, it's very clearly coral and seaweed. And you see it sort of trying to get a grip on this wood of the ship.
Would that be... I'm going to take my quarterstaff and hang it on over and see if they want to grab onto it.
Okay. I don't think you're quite able to reach it yet. But I think as you do that, since you're definitely getting closer, you're seeing these creatures underneath the water beginning to grasp on to the side of the ship. And Shayna, you, specifically you, because you're the one who's looking, are seeing these things come off of these hands and these limbs. This coral is beginning to break into the ship. It's beginning to latch itself onto the ship. And as you're seeing this, you hear from the other side of the ship, you hear a voice yell, "Captain, we have a problem." And Daly and Wormash, from your spot, not looking over the edge from where Shayna is, you can see the sailors backing up as you sort of see creeping over the edges of all of the ship this multicolored, bright, shining coral dripped with seaweed that's sort of beginning to crush the sides of the ship railing, that's beginning to come up over and trying to, it looks like, take over the ship.
Shayna, were you trying to make friends? It doesn't look friendly to me.
No, this wasn't making friends. This was trying to see what the hell I'm dealing with. And as they're saying that, they're going to try and do a poison spray on the coral that sort of pulled itself up.
Okay.
Just to see.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Constitution. Okay, awesome. You as you're doing this poison spray, I think it finally grabs a hold of your staff, and it's pulling itself up, and you sort of see this humanoid figure forming with this like face that's contorted into pain. It looks like the head is made of coral. Seaweed sort of looks like hair. Its eyes seem to be the color of like these bright blue shells. And as you poison spray, it sort of screams out and lets go. And the other two of you up on deck, you can see that the sailors and the captain are getting very worried because the coral that has begun to climb up on the deck, you see as it begins to form into humanoid shapes, holding weapons that look like very sharp swords made out of this jagged coral. You see as they begin to take on the form of humans. And after a moment, things go pretty calm on the ship. No one takes a step forward, and the captain looks over at you, Daly, and says, "Is this what you were hearing?"
Well, I wouldn't describe what I was hearing as humanoid coral taking over the ship and boarding us, but I guess it was, yes. And I'll draw my sword.
Okay, everyone roll initiative.
Hey!
Look at that.
Good rolls. Good rolls.
We've all done so well.
Okay.
Jeez.
Okay, so
Well,
Daly is definitely last. Okay. Shayna. Okay. So, one of the ones, this coral creature is going to, I think, seeing you pull your sword, Daily, is going to take its scimitar and sort of lash out at you and see if it can, cut you down easily. Hold on just a second. Apparently, it didn't go in there right. Okay, that's not right. It's not letting the scimitar go in. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Sorry.
It happens.
I love Roll20. I have to get the damage for it. Hold on just a second. 1d6 slashing. Okay. I have just no idea why it's not.
I can see a bite attack.
Yeah, that it's just not letting the scimitar go through for some reason.
Oh.
I'm just gonna roll it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fair enough. And it would seem, Katie, that we've hit 10 retweets.
Nice. Okay, so does a 16 hit you, Daily?
Indeed it does.
Okay. Okay. For 6 points of damage, it's going to... Oh, no, do 4 points of damage. We'll take that. For 4 points of damage, it's going to slash across you. You can tell that it's haphazardly. These things don't have the grace and skill that you do, Daily, but you can tell they are formidable foes. The second one is going to go after the captain. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to hit the captain. Yeah, for 4 points of damage. You see as it sort of wobbles over to the captain. The captain, still in a little bit of shock that one of them attacked you, Daily. Doesn't have time to draw out his own weapon, and it slashes across the captain's leg. You see a little bit of blood, but you get the sense that the captain has been through worse. This isn't the worst kind of thing that could happen. But Shayna, it is your turn.
Now, the one that I shot with the poison spray, they're back in the water, correct?
Yeah, they sort of, you hit them and they like lost their handhold and they fell down.
Okay, so then I want to produce flame and throw it at the one that was just attacking Daily.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think that, water creatures, fire, maybe not the best combination for them.
Did they make a save, or is that just
that is what I am trying to get to open up. Let's see here. It's a range, it looks like.
Okay. So, yeah, I would hit.
Oh, saving. Hold on. Yeah, no, let me hold on. Hold on. I know what I can do. Okay, so it is going to be... Yeah, it's an attack.
Okay, great. And it hit. Yeah, so that definitely does hit.
Okay.
And you can roll your damage.
Okay, so it's going to be 1d8 fire damage. We get 5 fire damage.
Nice. Yeah, you fire off this flame, and it does hit the this coral creature, and it hits it sort of square in the chest. It has this sort of armor that you can tell that sort of looks like it's made out of a large sand dollar, and it sort of fizzles out, but it does burn up a little bit and singe the edges of this armor. Anything else for your turn, Shayna?
How far away am I from them in terms of distance at this point? If I was on the one side looking at the one creature?
30 feet.
All right, I'll move in about 15 feet closer then.
Okay. Derek, what about you? Sorry, Warmash. I wrote down your actual name instead of Warmash. You're muted.
There we go. Sorry. Especially after seeing what Shayna did with both fire and poison. Poison seemed to have a better effect. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Draconic Ancestry and spit some poison at the nearest one to me.
Okay.
So, let's see. Now, how do I do that?
I can't remember how I set that up on your character sheet. Let me look real quick. Yes. Okay, so your saving throw is 8 plus your con 10. So your 13 saving has to make a cons. Is it con? I think so. Yeah, so it'll make a saving throw to beat 13. Okay. And then you will just roll. I love when my phone rings during the game.
Hi, Edition. Grandma. Hi, Katie's grandma.
It's like, Grandma's
calling. Yes. Okay, so it does make the save, but you will still roll 2d6 damage, and it will take half as much.
Okay.
So I will show you. Good job. So yeah, it's going to take 4 points of damage as you breathe out this poison. How does that look? How does Warmash do that?
So it's kind of like almost like a cat throwing up a hairball, kind of like hucks it up just a little bit, and then just kind of a cone of poison, just and it just kind of splashes all over him. It's not a pretty sight.
I love that. Okay, yes. So it's the one that is closest to you, and it does have a good effect on it. It's nothing. It's not as if it can really get away from this poison breath. It covers its what you think is its mouth, but you still see it sort of try to cough up breath that isn't really there. Anything for your turn? Anything else for your turn?
That's all good for me.
Okay. So the one that you just attacked is going to try to swing out with its scimitar at you.
Okay.
And it will not hit with a 5. Yeah, I think that because it's still sort of thrown off guard by your poison spray, it isn't able to sort of gauge where you are. It's still sort of this haze of poison in front of you. So as it swings, it doesn't get a good hit on you at all. It just completely whiffs past you. And then another one is just going to take a swing at a random. The other one up there is going to take a swing at a random sailor, and it's going to miss as well. Not rolling hot today. But yeah, you see these sort of coral creatures in combat with these other sailors and with the captain. Daly, it is your turn.
Well, I think I'll just Is anyone looking particularly surrounded at the minute with the way things are looking out? Is it looking like anyone's going to be... No? Oh, well, in that case, I'll just run up to the nearest one and give it a little stab.
Yeah, do it.
Does a 12 hit?
That's not hit.
I'm all at a time.
Yeah, the one that sort of you had hit previously, I think it sees you coming again and it's able to, sort of bend out of the way, and your swing goes wide. Anything else for your turn?
No, I'll hold on to that for now. Thank you very much.
Okay. That one engaged in combat with you, Daly, is going to try to bite and claw at you. 25 hits for 8 points of piercing damage. It sort of goes forward, and these jagged, and they're not real teeth. They're like this sort of teeth of shells and coral rips at your shoulder. You can feel the pain as it does, and it's going to try to claw. Isn't able to get its claws in you to hold you though, but you do feel the burn from this bite for 8 points of piercing damage.
Yes,
the one who is attacking... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, all right, yes, I'll take that. That's fair enough, but you better stop it soon.
The one who is attacking the captain whiffs again, isn't able to get a hold on them as the captain sort of has hobbled out of the way as it had slashed it last time. Shayna, it's your turn.
Okay, definitely going to do poison spray again to the one that was closest to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking. So again, they got to do the DC 14 con save or take 7 points poison.
Oh, they take the whole damage.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you see this. You see as Shayna lets out this poison spray again, and sort of what happened with Wormash, it sort of catches this creature off guard, and it doesn't, you get the sense it's not breathing, it doesn't have lungs, but something within this poison burns inside of it, and it sort of sputters back, unable to keep itself upright. Anything else for your turn, Shayna?
Yeah, Shayna's going to ask the captain, are these creatures we want to hang on to the question, or just get them the hell off your ship, sir?
The captain looks over at you and sort of confused, like, I've never seen these before. I think these should go. I have no idea what these are.
Just making sure.
Wormash, it's your turn.
Wormash is going to look over to Daly and shout, Daly, you holding in there all right?
Yes, no, I'm fine for now. I'm getting rather cross, though.
All right, then. So he is going to go ahead and just take out his mace then and just try to bash the one that is basically right in front of him.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, okay.
So if you use a weapon, you can just on your character sheet click on that weapon.
Yeah, it's... Oh, never mind. I was clicking in the item area. There we go.
Okay, yeah, that definitely hits. So in where it just rolled, if you'll click mace underneath the 16, it'll roll the damage for you.
Cool.
Yeah, so you take you take your mace and you hit this creature over, you hit it on its head, you hit it on its chest. Where are you
Yeah, so because it's kind of corally, I'm hitting for like the crunchiest part, so basically just swinging right into the head and hoping it cracks.
Nice. Yeah, so you swing your mace out and you definitely hear a loud crack as like you shatter the coral of its side of its face, and it sort of falls down, and you see it Warmash like sort of form back into the coral that it had formed out of. It doesn't heal it or anything, like it's still definitely missing, but you get the sense of like all of this coral is maybe one big creature. But you definitely do a solid hit on it. It shatters its face.
Gotcha.
Anything else for your turn?
That finishes my turn.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that one is going to sort of what the other one did to Daly. It's going to try to bite out at you and claw at you. Is a 9 hit? I don't think it does on Warmash.
Look. No, it doesn't. I have a 18.
Nice. Okay, yeah, so it tries to sort of what the other one had done to Daly, bite at your shoulder, but your armor blocks it. It's not able to get a grip on you. And as it tries to claw, I am rolling shit today. As it tries to claw at you, it can't get a hold on you, Warmash. Your armor is too, it's just too slippery. It can't really get it a solid hold to do any damage on you.
Nice.
And then the other one is just going to do a shot at us. Oh my god. It can't even attack the other sailors. So we are back at you, Daly.
That was awfully quick. I don't mind all this bad rolling, but I wish you'd do some towards me. I'm going to... This time, this thing's had it. I'm going to hit it again. Am I going to hit it? Am I going to hit it? Yes, I'm going to hit it. A 16.
You hit it.
Please take 8 damage.
Yes, it does. You do a solid blow on it with your longsword. You are able to... This one seems to be in an armor that looks as if it's made up with like the leathery skin of a seal. And you're able to slash right through it, and you see as it sort of falls. And it exposes this sort of human skeletal system that's definitely not bone. It's very shiny, different colors of reds and oranges. That is just shells and coral. Anything else in your turn, Daly?
No, I'm going to hold on to all my other little tricks.
Okay.
I'm very interested though. I've just noticed in my inventory I've got an item called Kool-Aid, and I can't remember what on earth it is, but I might drink that as a bonus action at some point.
Does it help you like break through walls or something?
I hope so.
Yeah.
So the one that was engaged with you, Daly, it's going to try to slash at a 15. Does that hit?
A 15 does.
15 hit you?
Yes, a 15 does hit, unfortunately.
I swear it comes back around and I roll really good to hit Daly. You'll just take 4 points of slashing damage as it sort of returns the hit that you had done on it, but nowhere near as damaging as you have. The one engaged with the captain is also going to try to slash at him. Oh, that definitely hits. The captain takes some damage. You hear him like groan out as it slashes basically in the same spot where he had been slashing his leg before, but he's still getting around. He's engaged in fight with this other piece of humanoid coral. Shayna, what are you doing?
Now, you said that these coral creatures, they kind of like reconfigured themselves after getting hit?
You saw how Warmash had destroyed one of the heads, and the pieces had sort of as it fell back to the ground along the coral that had taken over the ship, it sort of went back into the coral, but not in a way that like it rebuilt itself. It didn't make it gain any HP back or anything.
Okay. All right. So they are still being destroyed, but it's definitely connected
Yes.
to the coral. Shane is going to be seeing how it's still got this connection with the coral and is debating if maybe a gust of wind with the sails might help pull us away from where this coral sourced out of the ocean.
Okay.
Is that a possibility?
What spell do you have? Is it just
Gust of wind, yeah. Which I'm not finding a speed on is the only thing. 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blasts from you in the direction you choose. So I'm not sure if that's a...
I mean, if it goes 60 feet in 6 seconds, we could say it's 10 feet a second.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
It says that each creature that starts its turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that it will probably move 15 feet.
Okay. And it lasts for up to a minute.
Yeah.
As long as I stay concentrating. So yeah, I think they're gonna make it so that the ship starts moving just in case there's more of these things trying to come up and over the ship from where they were kind of stagnant in the water.
Yeah. You concentrate on this gust of wind to the sails, and it moves the ship a little bit. It's not like moving fast,
right? Yeah,
but you get the sense that it is beginning to move in not like the direction that all of you were hoping it for. You had a set direction, but it is moving you, and you can all hear this sort of loud scraping and cracking sound coming from the water below.
Okay.
Anything else for you, Shayna?
I believe that isn't healing word a bonus action too?
It is, yes.
I think I'm gonna do a healing word over for our darling Daly.
Okay.
And get it so Daly has a little bit more oomph.
Okay. Daly, you take 8 points of healing.
Oh, thank you. It's no bother, but thank you.
And Wormash, it is your turn.
Okay. See, the one that's right in front of me, is it looking rough? Am I doing damage to it?
Yes, 3 of them look pretty rough for the wear. They're falling apart. There is one that has been just engaged with a random sailor that hasn't been hit by you all at all. It's only taken a couple of slashes. I mean, it's lost some HP, but it hasn't been hit anything solid. But the one in front of you is definitely sort of beginning to crumble.
The undamaged one, is that within melee range, or would I have to disengage to?
You would have to disengage to get over to it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and bash the one in front of me with a mace one more time, and fingers crossed that does the trick.
Okay, so a 12 does not hit.
Okay.
Anything else for your turn?
Not for right now.
Okay. So that one engaged with you. Wormash, it's going to try to... A 20 will hit as it reaches out and it sort of lunges forward and bites at you. I think it probably at your arm. It tries to take a chunk out of your arm. It's going to do 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And as it tries to claw at you, a 10 will miss you. So you don't have to worry about that one. You just feel like this searing pain where it's like jagged coral teeth grab into your arm. And the one engaged with this sailor. Yeah, he's gonna miss. You sort of see all of you can see this over in the corner, this sailor and this coral creature just going back and forth, basically missing each other each turn. They're not making good hits on each other. Daly, it's your turn.
Well, I'm starting to get a bit bothered by all of this business, and my shield's not doing much anyway, so I might just put it away. Is it bonus action to stow a shield and draw another weapon?
I don't count those in my game.
Sweet. So I'm gonna chuck the shield away and pull out my hand axe in my offhand, and I'll use my action to swing my longsword with a 22.
That hits.
Damn it, that's so close. So close to being a crit. So I'll roll some damage with that. And bonus action offhand attack with my hand axe.
That just misses.
Just misses.
Yep. But you are able to get a good solid hit from your longsword. I think the reason you miss with your hand axe is because you cut off, you sort of make this creature lose its arm. So as you turn back to hit with the hand axe, there's nothing there for you to hit, and it throws you off a little bit.
How are you supposed to time your attacks properly when everything keeps falling off the buggers? This isn't how it works.
Anything else for you, Daly?
That's all of my actions and everything. I'm not going to move away. I'm not going to give it the satisfaction.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to swing back at you with a 17 will hit.
Yes, it will, especially now I'm not using my shield. But that would have hit me with my shield anyway, so I'm quite glad I stowed it, really.
Yeah, you'll take 4 points of slashing damage as it swings with one hand at its scimitar backwards up to hit you, Daly. The one with the captain... Yeah, he's going to hit the captain. But you can all see that even though he is getting some solid hits on this captain, the captain is destroying this coral just as well as you all are. It's not standing much. I mean, it doesn't have much left to go. There's only one that's sort of in fight with this sailor that seems like it hasn't been hit at all because they're just waffling on each other. Shayna, it's your turn.
All right, so my gust to win, I'm going to keep, this is a bonus action, keep it going in the same direction.
Okay.
And then there's one near me, right?
Yes.
I'm going to move up to that one and whack it with my quarterstaff using both my hands.
Okay.
Which is going to miss.
AC is 15.
Okay.
Yeah, you I think you're just trying so hard to concentrate on keeping the gust of wind going.
Yeah.
That, it's easy to get distracted and not really pay attention to the attack you're making. Wormash, it's your turn.
So I think I'm going to strike one more time with the mace at the one in front of me, and
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay.
Nice, good solid hit. You completely destroy this one in front of you. It as you bash the rest of its skull in, and you see it collapse. Whatever was holding it apart seems to be gone, and you see it reform into the coral that's, you all noticed, has been slowly gathering up on the dock of the ship along your feet. It slowly begins to reform into this big mass of coral, but the creature itself is definitely gone.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, I want to cast Spiritual Weapon on the unharmed one. Well, I guess within 5 feet of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't hit, but it'll still be up there for your next turn.
Cool.
Anything else for you? Okay. So the coral that was engaged with you, it's gone. It's dead. And then the one engaged with the sailor, let's just see how he's doing. Yeah, he's being hit, but I think that's the first time you've actually seen this sailor get a solid hit on this other piece of coral, the one that you casted your spiritual weapon near. But it is, he's still doing pretty good. Daly, it is your turn.
At this point, I'm just becoming a fury of swords and axes, and I think that's probably for the best, really. So I'll carry on with my sword axe combo.
Okay. To the same one that you're engaged with?
Well, until it's dead, yes. I'm going to swing. Oh, dear.
Well, that misses.
That does miss, yes. I'll use my offhand attack to swing with my axe.
That hits!
Another 8 slashing damage. I tell you what, I'm very good at rolling 8s, it seems.
So, somehow you're able to whiff with your longsword. You don't really get a solid hit on them. I think they are trying to avoid you at any cost, but as they try to swing back, you make a solid blow with your hand axe, and you sort of what Warmash did with his mace, you sort of shatter this creature's skull from this, like the base of their neck. You watch as everything shatters in and it falls to the ground as well.
And hey,
Anything else?
No, that's everything for me. But hey, I don't know if there was a notification or not, but Slody, subscribe with Prime. Thank you so much. Taylor, right? Thank you. You have a reroll to gift. If you'd like to gift it to Derek, you can. If you want to gift it to anyone else, you can. You can gift it to anyone you like. Let us know in chat.
You're the best, Taylor.
So the one that's engaged with the captain, the captain and it are going about equal footing now, but you can still see that like the captain's doing great. He's been hurt and hit a couple of times, but not so much that it looks like it's going to kill him. But the coral is not doing so great. Shayna, what about you?
Again, the wind's going to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to try and get another wallop in on the one that was closest to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my inspiration. Just to be sure I get a good hit in.
Yeah. Okay. That just hits.
Yay! Okay, so let's see. They're going to be taking 7 bludgeoning.
Okay. As you are forcing this wind to keep the cells going, you're able to hit this creature with your quarterstaff and completely destroy it. And as this happens, Shayna, you hear this first. This loud, deafening scraping and creaking and breaking. And all of you begin to notice that on the dock of the ship, the wood is beginning to splinter and break and come in. And before any of you can react, you see toward the left of the ship, this large creature begin to rise out of the water. You see as it slowly raises, water, falling off of it, and it catches in the sun above. This creature completely made of coral and shells and seaweed and all kinds of things from the bottom of the ocean. It's sometimes the sun will hit it and it'll blind you as you're trying to look at it. It's a beautiful creature, whatever it might be. And you can all definitely see that it is connected to this coral that is beginning to shape and break the ship. It all seems to be connected somehow. And the last creature that was up fighting with this random sailor, it falls to the ground as you feel the ship shifting beneath you as it's beginning to be crushed very slowly. And all of you roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
I thought, should I ask, could I maybe use a strength saving throw instead? But I thought, no, I'll go with the dex. It'll probably be fine.
Oops.
Yeah, you all, it's sort of out of nowhere as you feel the ship beneath you. You're losing your footing on it as you are thrown from the ship.
From the ship.
From the ship. You can hear sort of as you get plunged into the cold ocean around you. You can hear like the cries of Mayday and people falling overboard. You can hear the ship being crushed in whatever this creature's, large tentacles are. It's large form of coral. And that's when all of you black out. So you wake later. You're not really sure how much later it is. But as you all come to, you look around and you get the sense that you're still underwater. There's that sort of feeling of pressure around you, where your ears pop because you're so, low underneath. But as you open your eyes and you look around, there's no water here. You can breathe fine, but you definitely still sense that something's wrong. As you look around, you see like all what looks to be like you're in a temple. It looks to be out of this hollowed from solid rock. There are gleaming bits of architecture around you made out of like this sandstone. There are various ruins carved into this rock. And you are sort of in this massive entry chamber. There are columns around the dark walls. The walls are very, like, even just looking at them, you can tell they're made out of thick and heavy stone. And the floor is smooth and well taken care of beneath you. But if you look up, you can see tons of stalactites and different kinds of like fossilized sea creatures. And I think all of you, even you, Daly, not you're not a magic user, but I think all of you can sort of feel a negative energy here.
I mean, I use a little magic. I could probably get a... I'm a high elf after all. I know magic happens. Every now and again, fire comes out of my hand, and I know that has something to do with something.
In this hall, this sort of like large chamberway, there are several doors you see along this like long hallway, but you do see that all of them are barred. But you can see that if you walk a little forward, there seems to be this big circular pool in the middle.
I'd like to cast Detect Magic.
Of course.
And,
yeah, you can definitely feel... trying to think of the right class school of magic for it because I'm always bad at those. Hold on. That's literally the worst thing for me. I think you can definitely feel you can feel some abjuration magic here.
Okay.
And you can definitely feel some... Probably the closest thing would be enchantment magic.
Okay. All right. I'm going to turn to the other two and say, there is magic here. We should be careful what we touch and where we step, I think.
I think that's a very wise observation on your part.
What are you guys doing? You have all these barred doors. You have the pool in the middle.
We could try kicking down some of the doors. Gently, of course. Gently and carefully, like you said. But, with a little bit of force.
Gently kicking down doors. Yeah, sure, yeah. Wormash is going to go to, I guess, the nearest set of doors, kind of put his ear hole up to it and see if he can hear anything on the other side.
All you can hear, Wormash, is the sound of water.
Okay. So are we are we technically underwater right now? Or are we,
yeah, you get the sense that you're underwater. Your ears are popping. You have that pressure in your head, but there's no water around you currently. Like you're breathing fine.
Okay. See, my concern is that on the other side of these doors, basically these are holding back the floodgates as they were, and I can't breathe water. I don't think either of you can either.
You don't want to go swimming unexpectedly, is what you're saying.
I'm wearing a lot of armor. Swimming just it's like it's
they don't go well
opposite
together.
of chocolate and peanut butter.
You're never be able to breathe water with attitude.
Is this something Shayna might be able to figure out if this is like a creature's den or lair?
I think if you investigated the water, you would know.
Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do an investigation. Maybe. Come on. There we go.
So, as you go up and you like look at this well full of water, I don't think that you get the sense of it being like a home for a specific creature. You can definitely see that this would be a good home for many creatures that you know of, Shannon. Like this seems to be like the perfect hiding space, or a sort of lair for many creatures, many of which that you would not want to come across. But as you're looking over at this water, I think you, Shanna, you can see that down deeper in this well, you can see different levels where there are doorways deep in this well. Like it's full with water up to the top. But as you look down, it's not so dark and like dank, water that you can't get the sense that as you go, if you were to swim a certain level down, there might be different levels of this temple you're in.
When I cast Detect Magic, was the well giving off anything in particular?
Not the well, the doors were.
Okay.
And sort of just like this whole place, it gave off the feel of magic. This is a very magical place you were in.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, there's not just doors up here around us where it's dry, there's also doors down in the well. Which is just going to lead to even more questions.
Well.
Yeah, right there.
Yep. Well, does anyone want to take a dive, or anyone want to try the doors? I'm up for a vote.
We could just maybe stab the doors a little bit, and then if a little trickle of water comes through, we just block it back up again.
That sounds like a job for you.
You going to go stab a door, Zaylee?
Of course I am. Let's give it a little stab, just a little one.
Yeah, give me a just a straight attack roll. Yeah. It's not a high DC.
Poke.
Yeah. You take your longsword and you shove it through. I'm assuming just any door. You're not specifically picking one. You shove it through a door, and water does begin to flow from this crack that you've made. And I think Wormash and Shayna, you see in the well, you see as bubbles begin to rise up in the well.
Ah.
Oh, I'm getting my quarterstaff ready, seeing that there's activity coming from the well.
May I ask, how much pressure is this water coming through the door with?
Right now, it's not a strong pressure. It's pretty moderate trickle, but you can see through the door, and like the water that was there, the water level is slowly lowering. But there wasn't anything. It wasn't a high pressure behind this door. And as the water is lowering in there, the water is like feeding out into, onto your feet daily. Wormash, you're seeing the sort of the water bubbling,
Gotcha. So I have a theory. I think these doors and those doors are connected somehow. And if the water pressure is going down and the doors in front of us, I think we might just want to open those and equalize everything. So go ahead and stand back, and I'm gonna stand kind of behind the door and open it kind of towards me, so that I'm not, if there is a torrent, I'm not getting pushed out from it.
The same door that Daily hit, or another one?
Yeah, I think so. The same door that Daily hit.
Give me a you can do either give me an athletics check. see if you can get this bar off of this door.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're definitely Warmash. You it gives you you take a moment to sort of lift this heavy bar off of this door, and as you do so, the water begins to flow even more. And as you open the door and step away, the water, it's not like I said, it isn't a heavy pressure, but it does sort of tumble out of the room around your feet. And Shayna, you standing near the well, you see as the water level lowers just a little bit.
Well, that definitely has one to do with the other.
So is there anything inside the room that in the door I just opened?
No. It seems to be this room that is just like outside these walls covered in these different ruins and carvings, this smooth stone around, but there's a definite water line, so you can tell the water has been in there for a very long time.
Okay. And are we now like ankle deep in water?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Daily, while they're investigating, I'll be being a woman of action, like I always am. I'll go and cannon my way through another door. Just going to run at it.
Are you trying to remove the bar like Warmash did, or are you just hitting it with your sword?
Oh, neither. I'm going to shoulder check my way through the whole fucking thing.
Give me athletics. Yeah, I mean, I think Warmash, as you're seeing this in your head, you're thinking, she could just take the bar off and it would be fine. But Daily is just... Let
Daily be Daily.
Let Daily be Daily. And she is slamming these doors open with her shoulder. And each time it does, you get through about 3, I think, Daily, before like the third one you hit, it is a torrential downpour of water that just almost knocks you off your feet. And Shayna, you can see in the well that it has gotten down to where you could probably all dive in and go to this wall, but it would probably be at your waist. You could go to this room that seems to be in this well.
Okay, and all the doors that have been opened, they're not leading to their places. It's just...
No, it's just what Warmash had seen.
Okay, so then, is there another door left or no?
There are various other doors left in this room, in this hallway, that are barred. But so far, Daily has gotten about, they've gotten 4 of them. 4 or 5. 4, I think. And you can see, Shanna, that it's leveled out the water in the well enough that if you dove in, you could probably make your way to that like corridor you can see down in the well, but you're not sure if the water would level out any more there. You're not really sure.
And how high is the water in that section, would you say?
If you were to dive in now, like to the well, it would be up to your waist.
My waist or their waist?
What I'm saying is, like, if you were to dive in and continue down this corridor into the well, it would probably be up to your waist. But all of you would dive in. I mean, it's going to be up. This well is still deeper.
Okay.
It's just gotten enough out that you can see one door, one pathway.
Okay.
And if we jumped into the well, is this something where we'd want to, like, take a rope and spelunk into, or is this something we could just jump and probably be good?
Oh, you could definitely jump and be good right now because there's still water in it. And
okay.
Both you and Shayna can tell, Warmash, that it's a deep, deep, deep well.
Okay.
Like, Shayna can see, and you did too, you could see different doors built into this well inside of it, like different paths, corridors. Mm-hmm. But that's probably just the beginning. You don't know how deep this well actually is.
Okay. All right. Well, I say none of these doors up here have anything, any way out, anywhere to go. It seems the only way to go is down, and down I will go. And that he's going to go ahead and jump into the well and head to the pathway that's been, well, probably if it's waist high for Shayna, it's probably maybe shoulder high for him.
Yeah. Daily and Shayna, you watch as Warmash dives into this well. You hear a splash, and Warmesh, you're fine. You go completely under, especially because of the heft of your armor. It takes you a minute, to come back to the top. But as you go toward that that sort of opening in the wall of this well, you swim a little bit, and as you continue to go, you definitely notice that the water is leveling out. You're probably 10 feet down this path by yourself, and you notice that it's like the water's no longer in your shoulders. It's going lower, it's going lower, it's going lower.
Okay. And this is salt water, right? We're not in fresh water?
It's fresh water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, he's going to shout up the well. It looks like it just gets lower. Water's fine. Come on down.
Well, all right then. Daly, do you want an alley-oop in, or want me to go down first and then help you with whatever? Or you want a cannonball?
Do you know, I don't really like water. I might lower a rope and try and avoid it altogether.
Tell you what, let me go down first, and then you can use me as a buoy or a life rafter or something, whatever those things are. Would that help?
Well, I was actually thinking maybe you could hold on to the rope, and then I wouldn't have to, find a way to untie it again.
You want me to make a tightrope for you?
Jumping down a well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you hold on to the well, and then I sort of abseil my way down without getting my head under the water, and then you can jump down holding the other end, and I don't need to leave my rope here.
All right.
That's very much appreciated. And I'm going
Not
to
a problem.
trust Shayna with my rope and start slowly abseiling my way down with lots of downward checking.
Yeah, you're able to make your way down, no problem. And I guess you're trying to get into the opening without, staying as dry as possible, basically.
Yes, I'm gonna sort of.
In order, you're gonna to jump down. You're still gonna get probably wet up to your chest.
Okay, there we go.
But you can definitely touch the bottom of this pathway with your feet.
That's all right then, as long as I can feel something solid.
Warmash, you're a good distance away from them. Are you waiting, or are you continuing on?
Yeah, I think I'm waiting. Is it dark at all in here?
It's low light.
Okay.
There, off in the distance, you can see sort of the, what word am I looking for? Flicker of what looks like to be like a torch, but it's not so much that you can't see. You're still sort of not deep enough that you can't see.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for the other two to catch up.
Do roll me a perception check though, Warmash.
Sure thing. Okay.
You are looking around, and in the walls of this well, you're inside of this thing. I think you can notice that some of these stones have been tampered with, have been removed and placed back in certain places.
Okay.
About eye level to you.
Okay.
But Shanna, are you jumping in after Daly?
Yeah, I'll take my end of the rope and kind of wrap it around my forearm a couple times and alley up into the well.
Yeah, you can, Daly, you can feel the water shift as Shayna jumps in. And not that long after you've noticed this change in the stone, Warmash, you can hear Daly and Shayna coming up behind you, sort of, wading through the water.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think as they come up, I'm going to kind of, put my finger to my draconic mouth and cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
So we will all have, advantage on...
+10 for your stealth checks.
+10 to dexterity stealth checks. Yeah, cool.
So yeah, you all you continue down this pathway. Are you reconvening? Are you making a plan, or are you just continuing on down?
Definitely be making my way over to Warmish and see how he's doing.
Yeah, so I'm kind of going to point out to the other two the stones that seem to be moved. Not really sure what that means, but there does seem to be some form of light up ahead. We might be in someone's home, probably uninvited, perhaps even their captors, or captive to them. One way or another, I think we should be quiet. So Wormesh is going to go ahead and try to be as stealthy as possible.
If all of you would like to roll a stealth check, you definitely can. 29.
What on earth is this? Have I picked up the wrong character sheet?
18. Okay, yeah. You're all quiet. It's nothing, you don't hear anything in the distance. But you do see that. I mean, even you, Daly and Shanna, now, especially that Warmash you pointed out, you see that flicker of sort of torches in the distance around this curved path of stone, and you can see how the water levels off.
Okay, I'm guessing that kind of this tunnel. I'm at the front of the group, so I'm going to go ahead and start moving forward and just kind of keep my eye out for any changes, whether the lights, getting brighter or any movement up ahead.
Okay. As you continue in, you come into this room. There are torches that are scattered around this large circular room, and you see this the walls around you are like coated with this thick perspiration. You get like the sense that it's very humid down here. And a short balcony, probably like 10 feet long. This is what you're walking out onto. It protrudes over this like hole in the middle, and it's mirrored by another balcony that's about 30 feet away from you on the other side. And you can see on the other side, you can see a door. There's no water here now. And as you look down in this hole, it just seems to go deeper and deeper. You don't see an end.
Okay, so we've got balcony, massive chasm, balcony, and nothing in between.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't fly.
Well, I mean, I've got a rope. If anyone's got something we can use as a grappling hook.
Flying it on over?
I mean, it's worth a go, isn't it?
Good. Couldn't hurt.
It's best idea I've heard so far.
I've got a hand axe, but I'd rather not lose it.
Yeah, no, you're partially hand axe, aren't you? Oh, this is funny. I have a shield. Let's see here.
Would anyone like to roll a perception check or investigate, look around the room more?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a perception check.
Okay. Shayna, as you look around, you're like looking along this sort of these thick stone walls. You see at the base of this wall that you've just come in from, like sort of close to the door you just walked into, you see 4 plugs into the wall of differing sizes. Probably go up to be about a size of a fist. It's about as big as it gets. They look like corks.
Like cork plugs. Okay.
And I'm sorry, these were where again? Like situated?
Right as you come into this room, as you sort of look down along the base of this stone, it's sort of right there beside the door you've come through.
Okay. I'm wondering,
Yeah.
might be
My
like
thought
pushing a
is-
stone and maybe it makes a bridge.
Or it fills the chasm with water, and we can just swim across.
That could work too.
I think I don't have any ranged weapons, so Wormesh is going to go ahead and cast a spiritual weapon and aim it at one of the what do you call it, corks in the wall.
Okay. What are you going to do? Try to pull it out, or?
So I think I'm just going to try to hit it and see if I can dislodge it.
Okay. Yeah, give me an attack roll.
Okay.
Oh, well, that 11 basically count. Yeah. Which one are you hitting? The one of the larger ones, one of the mid-sized ones, or the smaller one?
Let's go ahead and hit one of the mid-sized ones.
Okay. The sort of the third one, we'll say. It's nowhere near as small as the first one, but not as big as the bigger one. What does your spiritual weapon look like?
So his spiritual weapon is actually the head of a unicorn. His idealized his favorite creature that he's always wanted to see. So yeah, it's just like a disembodied kind of unicorn
Love
head,
that.
just little sparkles coming off of it. Because he's never actually seen one; he's always just heard about them. So there's like a slight rainbow glint to it. It doesn't fit with any of his other aesthetics. It's
The spectral form of a unicorn actually takes its teeth and bites down on this cork and pulls, and it fights for a moment. It's definitely putting up like a decent fight, but it finally sort of rears back and the cork pops, and sort of like opening a bottle of champagne, water begins to spew from this hole in the wall straight out into this chasm.
okay. So Wormesh is going to take a look over the side. Can he see where the water is going, or is it so deep?
Yes, you can definitely see. You don't actually see like the water itself. It's very dark. You can see, Wormash, what looks to be like stones in the middle from that 30-foot distance, rising slowly.
Okay. Does this seem like a good plan to everyone else, or did you want to keep going with the rope? I'm fine with that.
Well, we can kind of do a combination of the two. Fill the place up with water and have the rope go across, and gives us something to hang on to.
Good point.
I'm happy to do both. Always happy to do both.
Why not both?
Why not both? So I think Wormesh is going to redirect the unicorn, and this time he's going to try to use the horn almost like a corkscrew.
I love it.
Try to pull out the...
Yeah, which one are you pulling out? Another middle one, a big one, or the small one?
Yeah, I'll shoot for one of the bigger ones this time.
Okay, yeah, you it takes it a little bit longer. The cork is bigger size, but when the unicorn pulls the cork out, it's an even bigger, pop of pressure. This is like sort of one of those huge champagne bottles, and water is just continuously flowing, even more so than the other one you opened. And if you look over the edge, you can definitely see these sort of stones rising up slowly as water is filling this chasm. You're muted. Sorry.
How many corks are left? Sorry.
Just 2.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just try to pull out the other 2.
Yeah, you can definitely do it. It's no problem whatsoever. As you get the third one out, though, both of you roll a perception check for me. Okay. Both of you definitely hear this splashing in the water.
Oh, like something has come in with the water?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
You can't see anything. The water is still very dark, and it's dark in this room, besides a little bit of flicker and torches, and that doesn't really give you a good glimpse into the water. You definitely hear what sounds like something moving around beneath you.
Okay.
But you get the last cork off, no problem. And as you sort of stand there and wait for, just a little bit to let the water, stop flowing, up to the level in between across this chasm is about 5 broken up pieces of stone that are floating and looks like a way across.
Cool. Okay. I think for just a minute, Wormash is going to kind of he hears the splashing. He's gonna direct the unicorn head to just lightly float above the water, kind of, as a little bit of lore, see if anything pops up to see what it is.
Okay, for sure. You hear the splashing, and you put the unicorn head over the water, and it goes quiet.
Okay.
Every now and then, I think both of you can definitely see the water rippling, but in different places.
Okay.
And these bits of stone, are they like moving around as well, or they come up and they're kind of stationary?
They're definitely not like held down by anything. They're floating, but they're not floating off anywhere. They're sort of sticking to this main area.
Okay.
So there's like a loosely defined path to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna try one more thing. Are there any like loose pebbles or stones just like around the balcony at all? Okay.
No. Now you have the pieces of cork. I mean, I assume you didn't just throw the corks into the water.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna throw the small cork just into the water and let it bob there for a second and see if the disturbance of the actual water does something.
Okay. Yeah, how far do you throw it from you? Do you keep it relatively close to you, or you just sort of throw it toward the other path?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to throw it just like kind of along the path just to see if, kind of midway.
As you do that, both of you see this large, dark, inky looking tentacle slowly ripple up from the water, grab the cork, and then pull it down slowly.
Well, that's
not good. It's at the same time.
Yep. I just imagine Daly's like polishing something and Wormash and Shannon are like, nope.
Nope. This is a nope. Okay, Shayna's gonna hold their quarterstaff a little bit above the water, but have produce flame ready in hand to see if the tentacle is gonna come back up, and if it does, then hit it with a produce flame.
Okay.
Just to
see. Are you crossing? No, just go to, like the kids over at the docks, like they hang sticks over just to see. Yeah. Nothing's coming out. You also notice that the water is still.
Okay. What about if I hit the surface of the water with the quarterstaff, create an agitation?
As you do that, you do begin to see the tentacles sort of reaching up out of the water, trying to grab for something.
Now I'm going to hit produce flame at the tentacle then.
Okay.
Just to, see if we can get more of what this critter is.
Yeah, here's actually a thought too. I could do one of two things. I could invoke duplicity and create a lure of myself to go first and get all tentacled and whatnot, or I could mirror image and create 3 of myself and hope that those are the ones that get tentaculared instead of us.
2 is better than 1.
Tentacular. That definitely hits, Shanna,
okay.
if you want to roll damage.
All right, so 8.
as you do this, and Wormash, you see this, you're watching as you're trying to decide what to do next. The flame hits this tentacle that sort of reached out, and sort of like an oil fire, Shanna, it catches onto the top of this water as you don't hear any sound. You do watch the tentacle flail for a moment, and it dips back down. Really? Twice? Hi, Grandma. Twice in one game? As it sort of flails, it goes back down, and you see as the flame lingers on the top of the water.
Oh, that's interesting.
So now the water's on fire. There's a monster in it.
But it's not going to come back up where the fire is.
Yeah. Maybe.
It doesn't spread the fire.
And you definitely notice the water's still again.
And the water on the fire isn't spreading.
Yeah, it's not spreading.
Also, thank you very much to Taylor, who gives a reroll to Shayna and 2 temporary HP to Wormash.
Ooh. So maybe let's see what happens putting out your duplicates.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So let's go for broke. And I'm going to cast Mirror Image, create 3 illusory duplicates, and you all get ready because they're going to go for a swim and we're going to go for a jog. So, I get to watch myself get tentacled 3 times over. That
will change any man.
Yeah, that's something you don't have to pay for.
I'm gonna have produce flame ready in hand. So if tentacles start coming up towards us, I'll aim for those.
Okay. So Scrat, what you missed was a tentacle creature began to rise from the water.
Nope.
Nope.
You went pyromaniac again.
Nope.
Nope. That's what we're like. Nope.
So yes, let me read. It's mirror image, correct?
Yeah, I'm reading over it now. So each time a creature targets you with an attack, roll a d20 to see which one it actually hits. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, for what you're using this for, it definitely will work. And it's 3 of them, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and create the 3 of them. Yeah.
So for the thing about mirror images, they will mimic your actions. So
true.
You will have to also let them run across with you, and hope that it hits one of them, or you can swim with them.
Oh dear, go swimming with the fishes?
Yeah, that's not preferable.
I think invoke duplicity, it can do whatever it wants, though, if that's what you
right.
want.
Yeah, it can act as a distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in that case, I am going to go ahead and invoke duplicity and have my double take a dive. And I think I'm going to lead the way across the stones and try to get to the other side without getting grabbed.
Okay. So you all watch as this sort of from a mixture of green smoke and unicorn glitter and sparkles, another Wormash appears beside him. Exactly looking the same. Same sort of armor, glint in his eyes, and he looks at you and just says, "So, what are we doing?"
Listen here, you handsome devil. You know how much you like swimming? Well, I've got good news.
I'm pretty sure we don't like to swim.
Well, then I've got even worse news. Go on to jump. Just, I'm really sorry. You're so handsome. You know that? You're so handsome.
He walks out along the stone, and he's very careful with it. I'm going to roll me we'll say an acrobatics, Wormash.
Okay.
Okay. He makes one very simple step out onto this first stone. Stands there, and there's no movement. He looks back at you. The water is very still, besides the fire that's burning over and a little bit off. but looks back at you and just, do I continue forward?
So I'm going to look back at Daly and Shayna. Are you two ready to go?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so he's going to turn back then to the duplicate and go, flail as much as possible and run. And I think kind of leading the way, the duplicate going to run behind him, and he's kind of making as much movement as possible.
So give me Warmash, give me 2 acrobatics checks, and then Daly and Shayna give me 1.
Okay. Oh no.
Oof.
Would you like to re-roll? You have a re-roll.
I think that's a yes. So let's use that re-roll. Oh dear Lord, please be better. Oh jeez. Well, it's not a good.
Well, okay. The good news is, you see as your duplicate, Warmash, goes to begin to flail and step out, and he can't exactly keep his balance on these stones. They're wet, they're very slick, and the movement as he's trying to keep his balance, it begins to cause ripples in the water, and all of you see the tentacles beginning to rise and beginning to form around Warmash, the duplicate. But it does give both Warmash Prime and Daly a chance to make their way around carefully. You're able, you saw how slick it was for this duplicate. You're ready, as you're continuing on. And Shayna, as you are running, you hit the second one, and I'm not sure if it's the movement from the tentacles that's trying to attack the duplicate Warmash, or if it's just catches you off guard, but you lose your footing and you fall into the water.
Okay.
But Daly and Warmash, you're across to the other side, and duplicate Warmash is screaming out as he's sort of being pulled. He's fighting, but he doesn't have much in him, but he is being sort of pulled down into this water. And Shayna, you can feel the water moving all around you. But right now, it doesn't seem to be focused on you as it has a target.
All right. Can I pull myself back up on the rock and try and keep moving across then?
Yes. Give me a athletics check.
Okay. Pardon the weird purring. He does not want to be left alone.
I love it. So I was like, wait, is that a purring cat?
He starts to sound like a tribble when he gets really into it. So it's...
yeah, you can definitely pull yourself back up.
Thank you very much, Kentucky Hawkeye, for the reroll for Shayna. Could be useful.
You see Warmash duplicate is officially under the water. The bubbles are just getting slower. Okay. But give me an acrobatics check as you try to continue your way across.
Okay. Just a second.
It just has to beat a 10.
Oh, for crying out loud.
You have a reroll.
Thank you. Use that reroll right again.
How
much
far
better.
From,
there we go.
At this point, you're about 20 feet, but you watch as she gets back up and she almost slips again. You see it in the slow motion, like she's going to lose her footing again. But the momentum sort of gives her a chance to get to the next stone, and she is off. She's across them, jumping very carefully until she lands on the other pillar or the other platform where you two are. And as you sort of stand there catching your breath, the water is still.
Oh, jeez.
I think Warmash is going to lean over the side of the balcony and go, You did wonderful. You did so good. I'm so proud of you. You died so well, screaming and everything. So good. All right.
Yeah, there's a door here. It seems barred, just like the other ones were in that main room.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and try to lift the bar then.
Yeah, give me a strength check. Or, athletics. Do athletics.
Athletics.
Yeah, you can definitely lift it up. It's much heavier than the first one was. And as you're lifting it up, give me a perception check, Warmash. You feel, as you're lifting this bar up, sort of behind it, at like the side that's against the door, you've got, your claws, locked into it as you're lifting it. You feel something, an indentation, and you feel sort of glass there.
Like glass on the door side or on the bar?
On the bar. It's the side that was against the door, for sure. So it's hidden, but you can feel it as you've sort of like reached up to, to lift this bar.
Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and kind of flip around and go, does this look like anything?
All of you see there is a little vial built into this this wooden bar. Looks like it's very easy to remove. Like you could definitely with like a claw sort of, finagle it out, Warmash, but it's a little vial of like a yellow liquid.
Okay. So I'm still holding the bar. Does somebody want to grab this?
Hey,
Yeah, sure.
After you, Shayna.
All right, so Shayna will pick up the vial.
Yeah, it's like a translucent yellow kind of liquid, and there are chunks of what looks like shiny coral inside of it.
Interesting. She's gonna look at Daleen and kind of, we'll just keep this in a safe spot for now.
Probably a good plan. So I'm going to go ahead and just toss the bar. There's nothing else significant about it that I can tell. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just toss it into the water.
Okay. Yeah, and the door, you can tell the door is no longer barred. I mean, it's not locked. It doesn't open up or anything, but that was the only thing blocking your way.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys want to get on either side of this and try to be quiet again, or you just want to rush it and see what's on the other side?
I can try tiptoeing through the tulips if we need to.
I've never been this sneaky before. It's quite exciting.
Yeah, all of you can roll another stealth check if you'd like. Invoke duplicity doesn't break yeah, you should still be fine. It doesn't break concentration. 21, 18. What about you, Warmash?
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are great. You slowly open this door and you walk into this strange chamber. It's four-sided, and each of these sides has this large stone face. They're crude and ugly looking, and they sort of make you feel uncomfortable. They exude this sort of like demonic, mean feeling in you. And before each face is a shallow trench, and they all meet at the center of this chamber in a rusted metal grate. You look around and you see that there are ways these faces could be molded. How, you're not really sure yet. But there's no other door in this room. It's just the door you came through. And these trenches that lead down into the center with this, the grate in the middle.
Okay. I'd like to do an investigation check, or maybe even a history check on the faces, and see if if they look humanoid, if they look like a certain race, or look like they've been made by a certain peoples.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
While he's doing that, could I do an Arcana check?
Yes, you can. Okay, so these aren't like any kind of specific race, Warmash. They're definitely just like crude likenesses of faces.
Okay.
But
humanoid, not like they're draconic.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
humanoid. But you can tell that as you sort of like get close and look at them, you can hear rushing water behind them.
Mm.
And you can tell that there are parts of the jaws that can be moved. And Shayna, there's no magic here. I mean, besides that sort of, otherworldly feeling that you all have, there's nothing magical about this. This is more of a sort of practical kind of thing. There's nothing magical here.
Okay. Well, it looks like the mouths move on the faces, and there's potentially water behind them.
So let the water out and have it start filling up that grate. Maybe we'll find means out of here.
Smash the mouths is what I'm hearing. Smash mouth?
If you want to go ahead and smash mouth, by all means.
Hey now.
You're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
No.
You're a rock star. Put the show on. Let's play.
No.
All that glitters is gold.
This is true.
Bit of a weird time for some sort of fable.
Okay. So yeah, Wormash is gonna go ahead and see just about moving the face that he was kind of investigating. See about moving the lower jaw.
Give me.
Bare hands.
Yeah, for sure. Give me a strength check. Wormash, you can push this jaw, these two big jowls, actually sort of push them up, and water begins to flow with a lot of pressure. You don't know where the water's coming from, but it's decent pressure down into this trench, and you see as course is flowing into this center at this metal grate.
I can show you how to be a shield.
Okay. Is the grate filling up, or is it just kind of just flooding with and I can't see where it's going?
As you go to look over at it, you can't see where the water's going, but you do get the sense that it's not filling up. There's something stopping it.
Thank you very much to Ozzy, who comes in with a subscription. That's 9 months in a row. And you have a reroll to gift. He wonders what he missed as he came in and sees Katie shaking her head. That almost never happens, though.
No, never. But you also, Wormash, get the sense that this grate, it's not strong. It's very rusted. It would probably take a lot to bash it in, but it could probably easily be lifted off.
Okay. The mouth, once it, am I holding it open, or once it's open?
No, once you moved it, it was stuck there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The way you moved it, you definitely, because you felt the mechanism in it, it would lock into place, and it would take a considerable amount of strength to to move it another way.
Back. Okay.
All right.
But there's multiple other grates.
There's
Yes.
four total, so we have 3 left.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So seeing what Wormish is doing, Shayna would go to the opposite side one and, play dentist, open wide.
Yeah, give me a strength save.
Okay. Save.
Yes.
Okay.
Or check. I'm sorry. Check.
Check. Scrolling. Come on. It does not want to play with me. All right, I'm going to go over to, this always happens, I don't know why. I'm going to go over to this save, but
That's fine.
it's pretty much the same.
And is there a third statue by chance that I can have a go at?
Yes, there is another face. Shayna, you're not getting a hold on this this jaw to push it up.
Okay.
Daly, are you going to lift the jaws of another one?
Well, sort of. I'm going to take my axe. I'm going to take the pick end and just try and smash the mouth off. I assume everyone joined in, so I assume they said that was a good idea.
Give me an attack with your hand axe.
If only I'd played my damn advantage.
So you're sort of picking away at the stone. It's definitely doing some work, because you're not just going to, you can't just pick at nothing and it won't happen. But it's not letting any water out. You're just sort of destroying the stone. And the water from yours, Warmash, it's still flowing.
Okay. I'm going to go over to Shayna and kind of give her a hand. Hopefully, between the two of us, we can move the mouth on her statue.
Okay. Yeah, give me a strength check. You just can't get this one up.
That's what she said.
Oh, God damn it. I hate it.
I thought it. He said it. Sorry.
Yeah, you just can't seem to get this mouth open. You're not sure if it's stuck somehow, but definitely not as easy as, the first one was to open up.
Got some lockjaw.
Maybe time to smash as opposed to lift.
Maybe not a bad idea.
Over in the corner, Daly's just like...
Yeah, give me another attack, Daly, with your hand axe.
And I'm going to use my inspiration this time, if you don't mind.
Okay. You seem to hit one part, like maybe it's the weak spot of the stone, and the mouth just crumbles. The jaws just begin to fall off, and they sort of go into the trench itself, but the water pressure behind it is like pushing them away as it also joins the water from the face Wormash opened up, and it's just emptying into this grate.
So I want to go over to the fourth grate that nobody's messed with yet. I want to see about lifting that and just kind of sticking my head in and see if I can see anything that's down there.
Okay. So are the other face, or are you talking about the grate in the middle of the room?
So is there a grate under each individual face, or just one central?
There's a trench underneath each face that leads to the central middle where the grate is.
Gotcha. Okay, then yes, I would like to lift the central grate and just see if there's anything that I can necessarily note.
Yeah, you can lift this grate, no problem whatsoever. It's like I said, it's rusted, and it has sort of no hold there, and down inside of it you see this octagonal chamber, and there's 4 cylindrical metal cages, and each of them have this sandstone sphere inside of them, and the center of the room has a circular engraving that you can see, and it's just an engraving of some kind of monster with a lot of tentacles, very dark, inky looking. And if you would roll a perception check, Warmash, we'll see how much more you see if you do see anything else.
Not great.
You have a reroll if you'd like to use it, but I don't know if you want to use it on this or not.
Yeah, actually, I will.
Okay.
There we go.
You can see what looks like this sort of divot in the room where this water is heading toward. So you know that there is some sort of maybe a pool, or some sort of difference in level in this room.
Mm-hmm.
But as you continue to look, you see just out of the corner of your eye, sort of like as far as you can see in this room, you see the movement of a tentacle.
Okay. So Wormash is going to turn to the other two and go, I think tentacled friend is back and below. Not sure about the continuing process of filling said below with water. And he'll kind of call them over and point out what he sees down there.
Well, it didn't like fire last time.
It did not. So yeah, point out the four. You said there were 4 cages with spherical sandstone, and then the kind of monstrous crest in the center.
Yep.
Okay.
So right now the tentacle creature is contained, essentially?
You don't know.
Don't know.
There are 4 cages with nothing in it except these sort of spheres of stone. And Wormash just sort of saw this, like, out of the corner of his eye, this, like, movement of what was familiar as, a tentacle.
Lovely.
Are there
Well,
any
I'll have
torches or
produced...
anything?
Yeah, I was going to say, I have produced flame ready in hand then.
There are no torches in this room, no.
Okay.
But we can soon change that, though. I'll pull a torch from my pack, which is probably pretty sudden. Shayna, can
Hold
you...
the produced flame up and be like, here you go.
Can you dry this out as well? I don't think it'll take at the minute, but...
Use the fire, dry it out.
Yeah, you can dry it up for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 torch, there you go, Warmash.
And at that point, I just want to go ahead and drop that towards the, not necessarily in the water, the pool, but drop that towards the center of the room, see if it can illuminate.
Yeah, like where you see the dry. Okay, yeah, you can definitely do that. It lights up the room. You can see the engraving in the middle of the floor much better now. It's an ancient language. None of you, I don't think any of you would know it. And it's like around this creature that sort of seems to be rising up from the water. And you also, with the flicker of the shadows in this torch, Wormash, you can see that one of the stones inside of the cages are shattered. All the parts are there with it, but it's definitely shattered. Whereas the other 3 are perfectly together. And if you continue to look, I think you can definitely every now and then see sort of you can see sort of the shadow of a creature.
Okay. Well, I'm not exactly sure of the best path of action from here. There is something down there. There is no way in this room besides down. I'm not sure giving it more water is the best idea. And tentacles. So, open to suggestions.
How did it react to the fire?
I mean, it hasn't come close, that's for sure. It hasn't got close to the fire. But it didn't touch it or anything. So, like, it wouldn't... You get the sense that it's probably keeping its distance.
I don't necessarily have any fire besides Sacred Flame, and that's not exactly real fire.
Well, I got a couple fires up my sleeve, but what about that broken spear? Maybe try and put it back together?
That sounds like a plan. Does anyone have mending or some tape?
I've got some
Well,
cool aid.
Is there like sort of like silt and water type of stuff around the room? Like you kind of create a paste to sort of try and put the sphere back together, maybe?
I mean, there's definitely water. You have no absence of water. I think if you took the time, you could probably grind up some stone or something if daily hit it enough.
All right, I'm just looking to see what. Yeah, I don't have mending.
I don't either.
I've got some pretty old rations, and some of them old bits of bread, they can get awfully, they go a bit stale, but once you masticate them a little bit, they can be a little bit sticky.
I mean, that certainly could work. Yep.
So what do you say we, do you want to jump in and face whatever that is, or do you want to try, does one person want to go down?
Well, I could always, trying to think here.
I think the longer you're standing up there, Wormash, you keeping your eyes on the creature, you're seeing it move a lot. You're seeing sort of the shadows shift a lot.
Okay. And the water is still flowing in?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still... So the pool, is that kind of around the center crest, or is it like off to the side?
It is off to it is flowing through the center crest. Like I said, you saw sort of a divot in the level that changed. So you can definitely get the sense that wherever this water's flowing to, because it is still flowing solidly from these two faces, it's emptying into something.
Okay.
Because you haven't seen the water level change at all. Like it's emptying somewhere.
Okay. And how far down actually is this room? Is this
it's probably a 50-foot drop.
Okay.
It's significant.
I have silence, but that doesn't help us if we're just, standing out in the open trying to fix a ball. Let's see.
I mean, well, we do have ropes again. We could always do the whole rope trick.
Right, climb down and then have weapons at the ready.
I don't see another course of action besides that. I think we just need to go down and face it.
Shayna will go down first because they have that fire produce flame thing, so at least gives us a better chance of catching it and getting it to retreat a little bit.
Okay. I will go down. Wormesh will go down after Shayna.
Okay. Are you all just jumping down?
No, there's a rope.
Yeah, I think we're going to utilize the rope and try to shimmy down.
Fell down.
That's good, because as you shimmy down, you're much quieter, and as you all sort of land on your feet down below, you can see these 4 cages in this square room, and like I said, they all have these spheres in them. And now that you're looking at them straight on, you can sort of see this otherworldly glow about them. But the one that's shattered has nothing. The parts are on the ground around the pillar it's sitting on, but nothing's coming from that one. And you can sort of see this creature as the water flows into what is a pool, that you can tell there seems to be on the other side, probably about 40 feet, a door that is closed. Underneath the water, you would have to swim to get through it. You see this sort of tentacled creature, not an octopus or squid or something. It seems to be just made up completely of black inky tentacles. That's really all it is. And as it swims in the water, it seems almost as if shadows are left in its wake. And it hasn't noticed you.
But we would have to get into the water to get to that door.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to try fixing that 4th sphere, maybe?
Yeah, I think while we're undetected, maybe that's the best course.
Okay. The cage's doors are open. There's nothing like blocking you from getting into these cages.
Okay. So I would like to investigate, I guess, the broken one and see if it's something that kind of fits back together or if it's something that's been like shattered.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Grandma really wants to speak to you.
Yeah.
3 times today. I'm over it. I think you're able to tell that it was shattered because of magic. Wormesh, you definitely get that sense. And I think that as you're looking through it, you understand that maybe putting this back, definitely you have to put it back together to start whatever magic needs to be restarted in this room. And And it doesn't look like it's anything that needs like a paste or something. Probably that it just needs to be hit with more magic to restart its magic.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I have something that's not destructive. So, actually, Lesser Restoration only works on creatures. But I wonder if would I be able to cast it just to kind of reinvigorate this thing?
Yeah, like you get the sense that it just needs sort of like a car jump. It just needs some power.
Okay. Well, if it just needs that, I'll just go ahead and shoot a cantrip at it. I'm going to go ahead and just use Guidance and just cast that on the sphere, kind of get the pieces back together as much as possible, hold it between my claws, and just kind of force the magic in as much as possible.
Yeah, of course. And you're able to do that. And Shayna and Daly, you see as Warmash, carefully lines all these pieces up. Luckily, they're not itty bitty pieces. It was sort of shattered solidly. So it's very easy to get them back together. The hardest part really is, having to hold it all at one time. But you watch as Warmash casts a spell and the magic sort of flows from him into this sphere. And as it does, the room gets noticeably brighter. All of the spheres begin to glow brighter. And it's almost as if they have a connection from around each other. And you all see the door that was in this water, in this pool. You see it begin to glow as well, as stones that were there begin to shift and change. And that's when you notice that the water goes completely still and you don't see the creature.
I'm going to go back over to the water with my quarterstaff, just like hit the water to see if the creature reacts to it. Because I still have my produce flame in hand too.
Nothing happens.
Can I do an investigation check and see if I see it at all?
Yes. All of you can actually.
Okay. Let's do that.
Actually, do a perception.
Perception? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Much better.
So Daly and Shayna, you hear dripping that wasn't there before. You hear definitely solid, big drips of water coming from behind you. You hear sort of this wet, sticky sound, this sort of sucking sound. But Warmash, it's you that looks up and notices that the creature is above you on the ceiling. And as it drops down, we all need to roll initiative.
I think he's going to scream just a little bit, just a little.
At least I rolled more than a 1 on initiative this time.
Come on. Roll 20 does not like me again.
Okay, those are great initiatives.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I rolled a 2. Okay, so Daly, Daly, you see as this creature drops down behind you, and you are up first. You're muted?
Yes. How long had I been talking like that while I was muted, I wonder? Well, I was checking out my spells, and it turns out that this one is an action, or I say spell, should I say, my spell. So I'm going to cast Firebolt with my hand holding the longsword.
Yep, do it.
Does a 16 hit?
Does not hit.
That's annoying. So I'll rush in and go for an offhand attack with my hand axe.
Yeah, go ahead.
A 17?
That hits.
Hey! I found the AC, everyone. Just like that, nice and quick.
Yeah, you slash at it. You sort of this sort of acidic blood spurts out as you slash at it. It hits the temple floor, and you hear the burn as it does. All right, anything else for your turn?
No, that's everything. I've done my little explosion of actions.
Okay, Wormash, your turn.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and run up to this thing, shield in hand, but my other hand kind of like pulsing with this necromantic magic, and I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Nice. That misses, though.
It does. Oh, well. But I guess I'll go ahead and stow the magic and pull out my mace then, and just then it's my turn.
Yeah, Shayna, your turn.
I'm gonna take my produce flame and throw it at it.
Yes.
Because that seems to be doing something to it every so often. So there it is.
15 does not hit.
Oof.
I think as you fire your, you throw your produce flame at it, it's just moving so much that it's able to get out of the way, and it doesn't make purchase on its slimy skin. So it is going to try to attack the person hitting it. 16 hit. Daily?
You know it does. I'm not even holding my
28 hit.
shield. I'm not even holding my shield.
Yeah. Those 3 hit. You're going to take 30 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh dear. Okay. I don't think I have any reactions. No, I don't. Okay, this is fine. Constitution saving throw. How about a 9?
That doesn't make it, so you're also going to suffer 6 points of acid damage as it the slime against its skin begins to burn as it bludgeons you.
Daily hits the deck.
Oh. Okay. Well, it's Daly's turn, so I need a death saving throw from you.
Let's see now. Death saves. There it is. That'll be a fail.
Wormash, it's your turn.
Spare the dying on Daily.
Yeah, you can definitely get to Daily and cast Spare the Dying.
Yeah.
So you're stable. You're stable. Daily, you just, you don't have any hit points until, anything else, Wormash?
That's my action and my turn, I guess.
What about you, Shayna?
All right, I can do Flame Blade as a bonus, right?
Yes, to conjure your flame blade as a bonus, and you can still attack with it.
Yeah, so I'm going to conjure Flame Blade and I'm going to strike at it.
Yeah, a 20 hits.
Nice.
Okay. And then 12 fire.
Nice.
And then, yeah, that's going to be fun. That's all I can do.
You see your friend go down, and you see Wormash go over to try to save her, and you conjure your flame blade. Similar to how Daly, uses her sword, and you are able to slash at this thing. I think you get a good solid hit on a tentacle. It's sort of hanging there by a limb. Anything else for you?
No, but I used everything.
Daly, you are down. So Wormash, it is your turn.
Wormash is going to turn back to Shayna and shout, remember the potion? Maybe something with that? I don't know. Spitballing. And at that, he's going to try and inflict wounds one more time on it. Or I guess, so hold on. So Daly is stable but not conscious, right?
Mm-hmm.
No more death saves. She just has 0 HP.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do cure wounds then on Daly. I'll do the second level.
So 11 points of HP, Daly.
That's lovely. Thank you.
You open your eyes, and Wormash is there above you, healing you, making you feel a little bit better. Not the best, but not that bad.
Once again, big dragon face, like in your face. It's just
big dragon
to wake up
snout. Anything else for you, Wormash?
That's an action, right? Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, Shayna, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to use Flame Blade again, I guess.
Okay.
Since he brought Daly back, might as well make some damage. We do have that potion though, but we don't know what it is, right?
Yeah, you don't know what it is. No one Arcana checked it or anything like that.
I'm half tempted to roll it over to Daly. Yeah, Shayna's gonna ask you, you want this? And
yeah, 10 does not hit. You are trying to help Dahlia, trying to give her some attention, and it is unable to. You're unable to make an attack. It is going to hit you, Shayna. You're the only thing that's making purchase on it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Does the 15 hit?
It all hits.
Okay.
It all hits.
That's 30 points of bludgeoning damage, and then make a Constitution saving throw.
She's down. Like, I'm totally down.
Okay. Yeah. Daly, it's your turn.
Right. Well, let's have a little look. I think I'm pretty much figuring out that this creature will hit me whether I'm wearing my shield or not, as long as it rolls more than a 5. So I'm not going to bother with the shield. I will use my bonus action to take a quick, deep breath, though, as I use my second wind. You know, it's not a lot, but I'll take it. I can now take 1.5 tentacles. And then I'll rush at the thing, and I'm going to rush at it with my longsword, as a matter of fact. An 8's not going to hit, is it?
No.
But I'll use my action surge as well and try a firebolt for good measure.
Okay.
A 15.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I tried, Shayna.
Daly, if that's all for you, Wormash, it's your turn. You're muted.
Sorry, there we go. Jeez. They're both touched. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I mean, I have a few death saves to do, so if you want to get an attack in and then maybe spare the
unless
giant.
you roll a 1, that's just I'm the cleric.
I know.
Nobody dies on my watch. No, I will go over to Shayna. I will take the reactions, and I'll go ahead and so. Right, cure wounds. If I cast that on her, it both stabilizes and she gets the hit points.
Yes.
Okay, then that's I'll go ahead and do that.
You weren't in melee with it, so you're not going to take an opportunity attack.
Oh, cool. Good stuff.
So, 12 points of healing. Yeah, and you're stabilized.
13.
13. Sorry.
13? Okay, great.
You come to with a large dragon snout in your face. And Shayna, it is your turn.
All right, I guess I'm back up. Not looking too grand, but I'm gonna still try and attack with the flame blade because it's there.
Of course.
And where'd it go? There it is. Oh, come on.
These 15s.
Yep.
Yeah, you're unable to hit it. You're still sort of shaky from going down.
Mm-hmm.
But it is anything else for you?
I don't think I have any health potions. No, that's it for me for now.
Okay, so it is its turn, and I think it's going to oh god, I'm going to roll. Okay, it's going to lash out at Wormash with its tail. Does a 15 hit? I don't think it does. Yeah, so it sees you, trying to help out. It it's sort of focusing in on you. You haven't attacked it, but it gets the sense of which it's not like a non-intelligent creature. But as it goes to hit you with its tail, I think that's sort of when it's also trying to avoid the flame blade, so it isn't able to get purchase on you. And we're back up to Daily.
Firebolt. I'm running out of ideas. I haven't really got one setting. I've been looking for my feet to see if there's anything else I can do, and it's mostly I can't be put to sleep, which isn't the most helpful. I'm going to firebolt it. 22.
That hits.
7 fire damage.
Yes. You are able to hit it with this firebolt. You all see very different kind of fire than Shayna does. Shayna has more of a controlled sort of fire, whereas Daily, you have sort of this like violent outpour of fire that comes from come from inside of you, and it does a solid hit on it. It screams out a little bit, a very high-pitched keening noise that none of you have heard before. And its tentacles begin to sort of go a little bit faster. Anything else for you?
Oh, to hell with it! I'll use my bonus action to hack at it with my hand axe.
Do it.
22.
Good job.
Only 4 though.
Better than nothing. You are able to. I think you finish off that tentacle that Shayna sort of almost hit off. But it's a good solid hit. And Wormash, what about you?
Wormash is gonna. So is Shayna like up or is she still prone?
Shayna's up.
I'm up.
Okay. He's gonna turn to her and go, may I see that potion, please?
Hands it over.
And he's gonna drink it, going, resistance to poison be damned. And I'm gonna see about drinking the potion or vial and talons crossed.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it so much. Wormash, you drink the potion. You feel sort of this weird feeling inside of you, but nothing changes.
I'm good. All right. Is that an action?
Did you say that out loud?
Okay. Yeah.
As Wormash says, I'm good, all right. Neither of you understand Wormash. He's speaking in a language. It's not draconic. It's not anything either of you know. It sort of sounds like a gibberish language.
Does the tentacle monster react at all?
Nope.
Okay.
But you can still, everything feels normal to you. But
okay.
Shayna and Daly, you have no idea what Wormash is saying.
Shayna still has her language potion.
Speaking of, it is your turn, Shayna.
Shayna's gonna drink the language potion.
As you drink the potion, you don't understand Wormash, but Wormash, you understand them. It's like nothing's changed for you.
So basically, mid-battle, we're now in Spanish Club. Great.
Yeah.
I love random potion table. Anything else for taking a potion for yourself? I don't consider it an action, V. So if you have something else,
okay, yeah. Definitely, I'm gonna keep doing the lovely flame blade. Oh, come on.
Yeah, you've taken a moment to take this potion, and you're sort of thrown off by it. You can't. Yeah, everyone's just giving up and just having drinks. You've given up on the fact that you can't understand Wormash. It's sort of thrown you off, so you're not able to hit this creature. But it is going to hit back at you with a tail attack. A 13? It misses. Maybe even the creature is confused right now. It's not able to hit you, Shayna, so it's back up to Daly.
Well, I'd like to drink the Kool-Aid that's in my pack that I can't remember what it does, but I'll drink it anyway.
I cannot remember what the Kool-Aid potion was, so I'm going to roll you another one if that's okay with you.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Because I gave that to you, but I can't remember.
I remember you giving it to me, but I can't remember what it does either, so... Oh boy.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone explored it. We've rolled this one before.
Oh no.
As you drink the potion, you feel this swelling in your mouth, Daily.
The tongue is back!
You feel this swelling and like almost as if your mouth is too small, and as you open your mouth, it's like your tongue is forced against your lips, and out comes this tongue that just hangs 6 feet to the ground.
I think I've had this before, so I'm kind of used to it. So I'll just take the tongue and tie it around my waist. As is custom.
Anything else for you? You? Like I said, taking a potion yourself is just a bonus action, so you still have your action.
Yes, please. I'd like to run up and I will attack with my longsword first.
V's done. She's so done. Yeah, that hits.
That would be 5 slashing damage. And with my offhand attack, I'd like to attack with a handbag.
Yeah. That doesn't hit. I think you, this new weight throws you off, as you're like trying to get a good, because usually, you have this, you're very smooth about doing one hit and then turning and hitting with your hand axe. You have it down to an art, but there's something about this large tongue that's just there that throws you off a little bit.
It's very hard to keep
No,
hammering.
taste yourself.
Yeah. It's very hard to keep hammering and your tongue is all over the place.
Warmash, it's your turn.
Warmash is going to go over and to Shayna and just put his claws on either side of her face and just in absolute gibberish cast guidance. So she'll have no idea what's going on, but just feel a little bit better about herself. And so Shayna, next time that you roll, you can add D4.
Yeah, you roll an ability check. You're good.
Was it just for ability checks?
It's just an ability check. Yeah, if you want to change it, you definitely can. It's fine. I'm not
Sorry,
hardcore
I
on.
misread that for
I forgot to give you the beginning of call speech. And I'm the easiest DM you'll ever have. Do whatever you want.
Let's see. Instead, then, well, okay. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt then on the
Yes,
monster.
of course. Yes. Yeah, that hits.
I'm gonna cast that. Level.
If you'll click Guiding Bolt, yeah, it'll do the.
Yeah,
Ooh. So you do 19 points of damage. You all see this radiant energy release from Warmash, and it just pounds right into this tentacle monster, and it throws it back a little bit, and you watch as the it's lit up, so you see the char on its body. It does not smell good. Whatever is burning is not the best smell, but you are definitely able to see that hurt it. Anything else for you, Warmash?
I'm just gonna shout at it. You gotta move, bagada, which means take that, you big ugly beast.
You sound like a sim.
Wada hada.
Shayna, it's your turn, and you will get advantage on an attack because of Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Nice. All right, well, let's Flame Blade the sucker. Please, dear God, let there be a crit in there. Oh, there was!
Yes! So good. Thank God for that advantage.
Yeah, and that crit showed up too on demand.
Warmash blessed you.
In the head, but okay, so let's see what we get.
Oh, nice. This thing is hurt. It is very bad. Because of this like charred spot that you were able to hone in on, Shayna, you know just where to hit with that flame blade, and it's like a knife through butter. It just carves away. You sort of see this viscera and inside spilling out. It's still going. The tentacles are still moving, but it does not have much left whatsoever.
Okay, then can I do an offhand attack with my quarterstaff?
Yes, you sure can.
Let's see if that'll take. Let me just make sure I'm using the right one, because it's a one hand this time. Oh, of course not. Nope.
That misses. But I mean, I think it only misses because you're sort of proud of yourself and it's flailing. You're not really able, you did very good.
Okay.
It's its turn in its flail. It's going to flail at Warmash. It's going to hit it with its tentacles. None of those hit, right? Because your AC is a 22. You're muted. Sorry.
I'll get it at some point, I promise. My AC's 18, but I'm not sure if that's with or without the shield.
It is. I did it in. Okay, but
Okay,
I mean,
so two of those
two
hit.
of them hit. Okay. For some reason, I thought you were at a 22. I don't know why I'm thinking of.
I wish.
You're gonna take 20 points of bludgeoning damage and then make a Constitution saving throw for me. Okay, so you feel as it's like hitting at you, whatever is on its sticky skin, you feel it burning through the parts of your body that are exposed, and you're going to take 6 points of acid damage.
So how much damage total? Sorry?
26 total.
26 total, okay.
And Daly, it is your turn. You're right up on this thing. You've seen the damage that Shayna has done, and it's hurt.
Good.
It's like getting reckless at this point. It's so hurt.
Good, me too. I'll attack with my longbow first. I'll go attack him because I've been doing and fuck with my victim. That's it, thank you. That's 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then with my offhand attack, I'd like to go and hit with my handbag too.
Of course.
That does not hit.
That misses, but you cut off a tentacle clean. And all of you can tell the energy for it to continue fighting. It's gone. It is, and it's very bloodied. More than bloodied. It's in single digits. Warmash, it is your turn if that's all, Daly.
Okay. I'm going to see about just finishing this thing off. I am going to go ahead and get within melee range and cast Inflict Wounds.
That's a nat 20.
That is.
Yes.
So, let's see.
That's the best spell.
It really is, yeah. Level 1 spell with 3d10.
Mm-hmm. How do you kill this thing, Warmash? Describe it for us.
So yeah, just shouting like a barbarian rage, just with absolute gibberish. I mean, it's actually a really eloquent speech. It was beautiful. I wish you all could have heard it. He's running up just with this pulsing necrotic hand and just basically smacks this thing, and just you watch the necrotic damage just kind of flows through the tentacles, slowly just disintegrating in a way, kind of the blackness of it.
You all watch that happen, and we're mashing it disintegrates in your, at your touch, and the brightness of the room seems to glow brighter without that dark void of a shadow there stealing whatever light was here. And you can see, even if you look close enough underneath the pool of water in the other side of the room, like even that door that was open, it seems to be glowing as well.
Well, that was eventful. I guess so. There's still kind of water over the door.
Yeah, you would definitely have to swim, but it's not like an ungodly amount of holding your breath or something. It's sort of just like those pool toys you dive down for. That's about as low as it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Warmash is going to go ahead and make it for the door then.
Okay, give me a just give me a strength check. We're just going to see how fast you can make it. 2 in a row. Go, Warmash. Yeah, you all see Dora or Warmash dive into this pool and see him going through the door. And I think as you all see that, you watch as this door glows brighter and Warmash disappears in front of you. What's Daly?
Follow suit.
Into the house.
Yeah, both of you go in and you follow behind Warmash, and the light glows bright. And next thing you know, the three of you are wading water treading water back in the same ocean you were before. But this time you can see the distant island. Finally, it wasn't the island you were planning to go to, but it is land. There's no boat in sight. There's no debris. There's no Captain Kane or anything.
How far away are we?
It would probably take about an hour swim.
Can I wild shape into a dolphin and pull them along with me?
Oh, you definitely can.
Fun.
We see Shayna wild shape into this dolphin that still sort of has her features, but very much, animalistic. And as she helps pull Daly and Warmash to dry land, that's where we'll end it this week.
Yay, I got to be a dolphin.
Like a Lisa Frank cover.
Right? That's kind of what I was picturing.
I almost TPK'd.
Yeah, almost. Thank God we had the cleric today.
That was a reskinned aboleth, so it was changed a lot.
Yeah, well, hey, Spare the Dawn's a very handy cantrip.
Absolutely is.
Say that
Very
again.
good cleric.
Goodness gracious.
Ooh,
Well,
la.
everyone, thank you very much for an amazing game. Why don't we go around, talk about our favourite parts, where we can find each other online, and all that good stuff. Why don't we go around? We'll go in the opposite way. So starting with me? No, not starting with me. We'll start with Derek.
I think
hi.
we should start-
Start with me, yeah. No, this was amazing. This is an incredible first game. I'm looking so much forward to doing this again. I don't even know if I could pick out a favorite part. Just the puzzles. Katie, you did amazing. This is incredible. I appreciate it so much. I had so much fun.
Fantastic. I've popped your Twitter in the chat there, so that'll be that sorted for you. Next round, we come to V.
Hi, it's me, V. I'm the Crafting Muse. You can find me over on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Come on over, check things out. I show you how to paint minis, make terrain, all that lovely stuff, and you'll see me here playing on Scratticus Academy every Thursday at 1 p.m. And I'm jumping in for a couple other different games here and there throughout the next couple months, so I can't wait. I'm excited for this.
Excellent, excellent. And next, last but most certainly not least, we have Katie. Oh, hi, Katie.
Hi everybody, I'm glad I'm back. I was out of town and had some health stuff, so I'm back. I love this game. It's always fun to play with new people and see how they take those characters. And I'm pretty sure no one's played Warmash before, so that was really fun to see him play. And you did such a good job, Derek. I loved it. You can find me on Twitter, on Twitch, anywhere at KatieFace. I have a schedule up because I do a lot of shows and it's changing all the time. Tonight I'm usually have Polaris over on Off the Table, but I want to say it's canceled for tonight. But tomorrow you can find me on Off the Table playing John Harper's Adventures in Lady Blackbird, Adventures in the Wild Blue, and Saturday also on Off the Table playing Ryutama. But yeah, talk to me about games, that kind of thing, and follow my trash on Twitter because it's all I post.
Awesome. As for me, my favorite part's got to be, I think it was actually the dying. It was just I'll run up and attack this. Oh god! That was it's a moment. It's not a moment you experience very often, and I very much experienced it, and I liked it. So thank you. And obviously everyone then immediately babbling in random languages was fun. I'm going to spam you all with links now in the chat. The bot is, or rather, all of our social links, all the places you can find us online and support us, all of the information about our sponsors, and places you can get 10 to 15% discount using our special codes, which can be found below the stream. Until next time, everyone, big thank you to Mage Hand Press and Bird & Storm Publishing, who make the stream possible. Until next time, keep on evoking emotions, and we'll see you all later on. Bye!
Bye.
That OBS delay.